And we say good morning to you. We are broadcasting live on the road today in the land of the Buffaloes. Love me some orange and black. We're going to be out here tonight, too, with volleyball when the Pikeville Lady Bears come to town at 6:20 airtime. So good morning to you. We are here. Thanks for being with us. It never fails. Today it was a broken down tractor trailer I got stuck behind. So anyway, it is what it is. And we're here. We thank you for being with us wherever you may be. As the late Rush Limbaugh said, across the fruited plain, we got lots to talk about. Got some birthdays today. Happy birthday if you're a fan of I'm not of Joy Behar. Is that how you say her name? From The View. She's having a birthday today. Joy's such a pleasant soul. She is 83 today. John Cougar Mellencamp. He's not Cougar anymore, just John Mellencamp. Rocker is 74. Simon Cowell having a birthday. From whatever that. What's the name of the show he did? Simon Cowell. I don't know. He's 66. The guy that always America's Got Talent. I'm not sure. Anyway, he's having a birthday. He's 66. I do know about Michael W. Smith, great contemporary Christian singer from the hills of West Virginia. He is 68 today, and those are the birthdays here again on this Tuesday, October the 7th. Gorgeous day. Got rain in the offing. Now, let me say this to you. You know I'm a weather geek, so if you have interest or know someone who's on the East Coast, I have in my formerly nicotine-stained fingers a breakout of a nor'easter that's coming this weekend. Hate to be a negative Nelly, but if you're going to the beach or know somebody who's down in the Carolinas, you would want to tell them, particularly from Jacksonville all the way up to New York City. They're talking about the potential of a northeaster. So you want to be aware of that. So just make you aware. That would be high winds, lots of rain. So, if you know folks are down there or you have interest there or you may be going there yourself, just keep an eye to the sky because there is a chance for a pretty good storm this weekend off the Atlantic seaboard. It's called a northeaster. Monday Night Football, Jacksonville Jags. How about it? Beat the Chiefs. Trevor Lawrence, what a way to end the ball game. Tripped and stumbled, went down, but then got back up. He was, of course, legal to do this, and went in to score what would be the winning touchdown. Beat them 31-28. The Jags are 4-1. He said, well, maybe you should. So I may jump or at least begin to show interest in the Jags. I'm a big Trevor Lawrence fan. To show some interest in the Jags, and so they win last night, 31-28. Chiefs are uncharacteristically 2-3, and the Jags are 4-1. They're pushing right now the Colts in the AFC South. So it was a big win last night for the Jacksonville Jags, 31-28 Monday Night Football over the Chiefs, who've got problems. I don't know what it is. I think this is me, and I don't know anything about anything, but I think a lot of it is the Travis Kelce sideshow. There's a lot of stuff happening off the field, and he and Taylor Swift and well, Tom, that can impact the football team. Oh, yes, it can, too. And so, but that's my take. And what do I know? I'm just a lowly broadcaster, but that's what I think. I think there's some of it, not all of it. The fact of the matter is, I think other teams are catching up with them. It goes to show, we talk about this all the time, and the Raiders are a perfect example. At one point, they were a proud franchise. And they have bottomed out big time. So it is a game of cycles, the world of sports. And just as you have your highs, you have your lows. This is the way it is. And so, right now the Chiefs are in a downspin. Cowboys are in a downspin. So the Jags are on an uptick. The Colts were in a downspin for a while after Peyton Manning left. Now they're in an uptick. So it's peaks and valleys. That's the way it goes. Here comes a lady that keeps us going. Every broadcast will be here tonight. The producer of what we do out here, Kaylee Hendrickson. Hello, little Kaylee. She's a good one. So anyway, we've got lots to talk about. We've got volleyball. We've got tournament volleyball, high school. We've got college news. We've got, of course, baseball news. The Dodgers and Phillies. Phillies are in trouble. Once again, I sat here and talked on the show last week. I thought it'd be a team could go to the World Series. Still can, but you have to go back and win 3 now in L.A. or win 2 and force that 5th game back to Philly on Saturday. Going to be tough. Going to be tough. The Dodgers, they flipped the switch. Say what you want. They have, they kind of lumbered along, particularly in the second half of the season after the All-Star break. Then all of a sudden they flipped the switch and they're playing some excellent baseball. Blake Snell got it done yesterday on the mound. He outdueled Jesus Luzardo. So the Dodgers will go back to LA rather, leading 2-0 over Philadelphia. Yankees are up against it tonight. They've got Carlos Rodon on the mound against Shane Bieber. Toronto leads at 2-0, trying to end it tonight. Seattle and Detroit will go to Detroit. Jack Flaherty will go against Logan Gilbert. And so that's your matchup today in the American League. So the Yankees are up against the wall here after disposing of the Red Sox last week. Now they're in trouble. And so you're down 2-0 going to Yankee Stadium. If they get beat in Yankee Stadium tonight, the Boo Birds will be all over Aaron Boone, and maybe you're justifiably so. This is a powerhouse baseball team that's in a hole, but you got to give props to the Toronto Blue Jays. You know, they are the kind of the team that really out of the threesome of the American League East is like they led it for most of the season, but everybody talked about the Red Sox and the Yankees, and they were kind of the forgotten team. And in fact, some of the players on the team said, we got a chip on our shoulder because, we're Toronto and we got something to prove, and they're proving it. So can the Yankees do it tonight? They have to. They're going to be eliminated. Of course, it's the best of 5, and they're down 2-0. We're here at Milligan University. See behind us, Steve Lacy Fieldhouse, and we will be ready to go coming up tonight at 6:20 airtime, 6:30 first serve. The Lady Buffs and the Lady Bears from UPike or Pikeville University in Pikeville, Kentucky. So we're excited about that. National anthem time. Here we go. Who's going to sing it today? Let's pull up. Who's not sung for a while? I'm thinking Chris Stapleton. He's not done it for a while. Here's Chris on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. Oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular amongst birds singing up, gay through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Tom Taylor Sports Show. Got a brand new product. Tell me what's going on.
We sure do. We have contactless Visa debit cards, and some of you all have been asking and wanting to know, when are you going to implement that? We are hitting the ground running. So right now you can get your free instant issue contactless debit cards at Northeast Community Credit Union, and that's just another form of payment. So you've got the mag strip on the back, you've got your contactless, invisible, what you want to call it, if you want to pay that way for tabless, or you've got your chip. So we're just staying up to date with all the things, and we listened to you. So you wanted that, and that's what we can provide. And we've implemented it with hard work, behind the scenes, a lot of teamwork, effort, and come get your contactless Visa debit card today.
Available now.
Yes.
At all locations. Our locations are?
They are in Roan Mountain. They are in Elizabethton, one in behind Elizabethton High School, our main office. And then we have one off of 19E in Elizabethton. We have one in Johnson City off of West Oakland Avenue.
Social media, how do we find you?
You can find us at Facebook, Instagram, or bemycu.org.
And the magic main number is?
423-547-1200.
Brand new product from Northeast Community Credit Union. Proud sponsor of the Tom Taylor Sports Show and Cyclone Sports. And back on the Tom Dillon Sports Show. Thanks for being with us. We are live here again, Milligan University. See behind the Steve Lacey Fieldhouse. What a cool venue. We'll be here tonight. Kayla Hendrickson producing. We'll bring it to you 6:20 airtime. 6:30 first serve. The Lady Buffs and the Lady Bears out of Upike, out of Pikeville, Kentucky. So we've got our athletic director coming here. We better get him while we can get him. So we're gonna talk about volleyball here coming up in a second, district tournament volleyball. But we've got to get the man on when he's on. Let me take a quick break, get him set up, and we'll bring him in, the athletic director for Milligan University. I'm a huge fan. He is like, I've never met anybody. He's like Willie Nelson. He's on the road again. Every time, hey, is Christian? Nope, he's in Kansas City. Nope, he's in Florida. Nope. So we've got him here. I was like, I didn't even know he still existed. I haven't seen him in like 3 years, but his wife says, yep, he's out of town when I see her at the ball games. Anyway, he's here, and we're going to talk to him because he's a busy man. And a lot of good things going on. We're having a great fall here in Milligan sports-wise. We've got a lot of good things to talk about. Our cross-country team, our cycling team, our bowling team. Of course, our volleyball team is young and in a growth stage. But, again, it's not where you are now. It's where you are in the tournament. So, anyway, our athletic director joins us next on the Tom Davis Sports Show. Brumman Sports Shop in downtown Elizabethton with your favorite school's T-shirts, polos, or hoodies. They can put your school, church, or company's logo on lots of different styles of hats, including Nike and Richardson and now Travis Matthew. Windbreakers, sublimated shirts, pullovers, koozies. They can order for any area school and your favorite team. Dry fit sleeveless hoodies, Nike dry fit t-shirts, women's and toddler sizes. You can order any uniform for any sport, including the pants or shorts from Brumman Sports Shop. And they always have a clearance rack to save you money. Plaques, trophies, medals, and ribbons, and all the engraving is done in-house. And they offer hard-to-find Letterman jackets of your favorite school for guys, ladies, and now elementary and middle school athletes too. And they offer all the different sports patches as well. Brumman Sports Shop, downtown Elizabethton, Facebook, Instagram, website, BrummanSportsShop.com, phone 542-2321, Brumman Sports Shop in downtown Elizabethton. Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Here we are, and there he is. Morning, sir. How are you?
I'm doing well. Hope you are.
Oh, absolutely. Love promoting the Buffaloes. We got volleyball tonight. Got UPike coming to town, the Lady Bears out of Pikeville, Kentucky. And I said before the break, I mean, you are busy. You're on the road all the time, but I understand that because you got to go out there and shake hands and kiss babies and promote this program as the AD. How many sports do we have, sir?
We have 31.
31 sports.
It keeps me up at night.
Absolutely. Keeps you hopping, too. So
Got a lot of children, but it's a good thing. We just need an extra bathroom once in a while. We'd be in good shape.
So that's a great point. How many student athletes, all told, ballpark number?
Roughly 650.
650
Yes, sir.
of an enrollment of?
About 1,200 undergraduate.
So over half of the student body are athletes here at Milligan University, and good ones. And so we were having our bowling team, cross-country team. We're going to let Brendan talk about that in a little while. Cycling, got some of the coaches coming, but I want to catch you and just find out what's going on. I know you're a visionary, so what's going on in your world right now?
Not too much visionary. I don't know, the vast majority of people may or may not be aware we lost our swim staff over the summertime. Our assistant coach took a job down in Florida, and then not long after, our head coach had an opportunity with he and his wife to move closer to home in Louisville. So he's actually at Bellarmine, and you are speaking with the de facto head swimming coach for the next however long. We did a directed search, probably had about 50 candidates it felt like would meld well with our institution, would lead our program in a way that our mission would be a good fit, and all of them to the one literally were like, well, if we had this conversation in April, we'd love to talk to you, but school's getting ready to get started for us as well. I can't do it to my students, I can't do it to my coach. It was very common expression, but a lot of people were interested in the position, still are. And so we've had quite a few meetings with the team captains. They had a lot of programmatic things set up and ready to go from the summertime. And even the last week that Spencer Scarth, our head coach, was here, he had a meeting with the team captains and the coaches, and they kind of walked through the semester and what they would do.
Mm-hmm.
It did make us alter our schedule a little bit early on in September, but our first match, or actually meet rather, will be down at SCAD Savannah starting on Thursday of this week. We leave Wednesday morning out of the canyon here on a charter bus, and we'll be there to compete against SCAD Savannah and Kaiser, both 2 top 10 programs in the country.
So you're the swim coach,
I'm
quote unquote.
yeah, take care of logistics. Our
Wow.
swim coaches are actually Robin Roselle is currently filling in as our quasi-head swim coach, and Neely Agnew is our graduate assistant who's kind of stepped up as an assistant coach role. So we do have on-deck personnel that can cross T's and dot I's and know what they're doing with regard to programming, but I'm handling everything else between lunch boxes and bus schedules.
Sure. And so this is a stopgap situation, obviously, because we'll get through the year, and then, you know,
Oh, yeah.
and everybody knows this. Most hires on the collegiate level, whether it's broadcasting or coaches or whatever, typically happens right after the spring semester is over. So this came at a time that, you know, kind of handcuffed you a bit. So you do what you can do. And I understand those coaches from other schools saying, look, I mean, that tells me something about them, that they're loyal and say, you know, we can't come right now, but you know, let's revisit that in the spring.
No, and I admire that, and I value that too. And so to have a coach tell me that and then come back to us potentially in the spring and have a discussion will be fine. So we're very willing to kind of be patient, because I would rather have the best coach than a quick coach. And you read about, and the national perception is, oh, the football coach at such and such institution, usually a land-grant institution or the university of, loses a coach, and within a day their athletics director has a new coach in the wings. But we are not that kind of institution.
No.
We want to make sure that who we have
The right
leads us
fit.
the right way.
Absolutely. Kaylee, come right here real quick, please. I just want you to wave at him. That's all you got to do. This is the producer of the ball game. She does a great job. Thank you, Kaylee. That's all you need to do. So she is my right-hand person.
She's phenomenal.
Absolutely. Brendan, you're blessed because they're doing a great job pumping out the program to folks, and we love coming out here being part of this. So
It sounds self-deprecating, but I surround myself with people who are better than I am in every way, if I can help it, because I know that I'm just, you know, one more hole shy of a mental sieve most days. So just doing the best I can.
I've never heard that. One whole shy of a mental sieve. That's a good way to describe it, because that means he's going wide open. So, but Ronald Reagan said the same thing. He said, "I'm not the smartest guy. I'm just smart enough to surround my people who are." And I think he did a pretty good job as our president. So, and you're doing a wonderful job as AD. So we've got sports, 31 of them, but cross country's doing well. They're ranked in the country, number 2 and number 3 in the country, women and men respectively. Golf's doing well. Bowling team just got rolling. They're coming off a big year. Our cycling program, Zach Nave's out winning more championships again. So it's soccer. So it's busy, but it's a good busy, because we came out here in the summer, the kids were gone, so it was kind of weird to be out here, nobody was here. But it's wide open right now.
Yes, sir. And we're getting ready to have some switch over, because basketball and some of the winter sports you mentioned, I mean, swimming, obviously, bowling and basketball getting ready to get started. Bowling has actually already begun. Basketball won't be too long in the future, and swimming starts this week as well. So we're going full bore. It's a good thing.
Every time we do a broadcast in here, I have people tell me, and it's true. They say, because we do the wide shot at the top of the bleachers, what a beautiful place this is. And it is. This is the new sign we have here. It's not that old behind us, which we use as a backdrop. So cosmetically, since you've come on board, you've made some big changes in here, and it has become, I mean, it's a show place, but it's also become a place where other teams don't like to come, because our fans are, I mean, they're not rude, but they're raucous, and they're spirited, and so it's a tough place to come in and win at, basketball or volleyball.
Definitely. And we're always trying to find ways to pretty up a little bit, and, you know, change some of the signage. We're working on some things downstairs that'll make the entrance and the egress look a little bit nicer, because everybody that comes on a visit to Milligan, be they an athlete or just a regular student that's considering coming to school here, we recognize this is one of the last places they'll see. And in education, there's a recency primacy theory. Essentially, the first thing, the last thing you hear or see is the thing that sticks. And so if you want to test that theory, you can go to a restaurant that has a bunch of specials and have the waiter or the waitress reel them off and say, what was that third one again? And they have to mentally rehearse it, because usually the first thing you see, last thing you see. And so as people are finishing their tour, and this is the last building they're occupying before they hop in the car and head home to discuss whether or not they want to pursue Milligan further, we want this to be something that's appealing. But you're right. Come contest night and tonight during volleyball, we want it to be kind of a pit.
Absolutely. In fact, when I'm here, in fact, there's people other there's people coming through all the time visiting. So the recruiting really never stops for all the sports. There's always, every time I come to a show here every month, there's people coming through that Brandon will say that's a family, it's a potential recruit. So
Sure.
it goes on all the time. You had talked at one point, and I think it's still there, as to at some point if you could open your wish book and build a new field house. Is that still something you'd love to see done?
Yeah, a multi-purpose facility would be very nice. When we talked about it, actually we had an all-staff meeting this morning, and one of the options we're talking about is just being able to use the weight room. With 31 sport programs and our weight room being right off adjacent to the basketball court, whenever we have a volleyball game or a basketball game or practices even, it makes it difficult for the kids to get in and lift, because if you drop a 315-pound deadlift, it's going to make noise. And when there's ball games, we discourage teams from being in there. And when it's practice, we're trying to, not be on top of one another. I mean, I've said it a little bit facetiously, we need more bathrooms, but, if I did have a wish book, a multi-purpose facility with an auxiliary gym and a weight room that would accommodate more student athletes perpetually would be beneficial, because our current weight room, I think, supports around 20 to 25 students maximally. And when you look at a baseball team that we already carry about 75 guys in order for them to get a workout in 3 times a week.
Yep.
That's multiple hours.
Yep.
And over 31 programs, we're in the weight room a lot.
Yep, a lot of usage.
Oh, yeah.
So, in closing, I know you
Well,
get back at it, and I appreciate, because he is busy, and I understand that. I found out the other day that you are the head of the NIA. Aren't you the soccer head of the soccer selection committee? Or?
Well, actually, this afternoon I have 2 meetings at the NAI that are on top of one another. I serve at the NAI ADA, which is the Athletics Directors Association, representing our conference. And I'm on that education committee within that body, and we just got back from meetings for the NAI for that group in Kansas City this last week, and also serve on the men's soccer selection committee. And both of those meetings are happening at noon today.
There you go.
So I'm going to try and figure out how to show love to both of them without someone feeling
Hurt.
misplaced. But it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Keeps me awake.
Keeps you hopping. Absolutely. Does a great job. And again, I'm honored to be out here and be a part of this. We're going to grow it even more this year. Coming out here once a month, we talk and promote these coaches. And it's reached the point where the coaches say, "Hey, can we come be on the show?" Because we're putting publicity out there. They're not getting anywhere else. It seems, is what Brendan said. So it's all about this, and it's a great place. It's a wonderful institution. In closing, if someone out there would like to give $100, $500, whatever it is, if they'd like to give to the athletic program, it'll go to good use. How does that happen? How do we do that?
Well, actually, if you get on milliganbuffs.com, look at our website, there is a tab at the top bar that's basically redirects you to the institution, because the institution's advancement arm governs how we collect fund and fundraising. But if you go to that donate tab, it'll walk you through it, and there's actually a drop-down bar that's M-Fund Athletics. And so you can designate it to an individual program. If you want the money to go to tennis, you can. Or if you want it to go to the athletics department in general, you can. But all of that money does go to good use. It's not sitting in Scrooge McDuck's vault, and someday we plan to use it. We're constantly finding ways to benefit our programs as much as we can annually.
Absolutely. So go to milliganbuffs.com and go from there. What do we do?
Go to donate at the top bar.
There you
We'll
go.
walk you through it.
There you go. And it's, again, not being silly, but if you want to give $50 or $100, whatever you want to give to promote this program, this institution, it'll go to good usage, and it's a special place. I've been to a lot of schools, been to a lot of ball games, a lot of different places down through the years, and this is one of my faves right here, because it's just, all the coaches will tell you when they recruit, and you get this, you know this, we're looking for a special Milligan student.
Sure. And that's what makes life fun here. I mean, quite honestly, I don't go to work. I get to come and play.
Yep.
Because I recognize I work for coaches, and indirectly I work for our student athletes. And so everything I do is to benefit them in some way. My job as a director, and people think, oh, you're a director of athletics. That sounds wonderful. It's busy, but really it's more of a servant role. My job is to get them the resources and tools they need and get out of the way.
You got a meeting to get to. He is the papa of 31 sports and over 500 student athletes here in Milligan, our athletic director, and I think the world of him. And if you met him and hung around him, you would agree he's a good guy. So honored to be out here promoting your program,
It's
sir.
my pleasure. Thank
Oh,
you
yeah.
very much.
Yeah, he's awesome. I like him, so don't yeah, you don't blink because we got big things getting ready to happen around here. We love it. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. We're live here again at Milligan University on the Tom Daly Sports Show, show number 2373. On our way to 2,400 shows, we're clicking them off, and so we're not that far away from number 2,400. We'll be back. Take a look at some Monday Night Football and some baseball. The Dodgers and the Phillies. Phillies are in trouble. The Yankees may be in trouble. They're down 2-0. They got the Blue Jays tonight. Carlos Rodon will go for the Yankees. Shane Bieber for Toronto. Toronto's playing with a chip on their shoulder. Said, you know what? We're tired of hearing about the Yankees and the Red Sox in the American League East. We're there too. We're proving it. The Brewers on top of the Cubs right now. Cubs are in trouble, and the Phillies are in trouble going to LA trying to win. They got to win 2 there and come back and win 1 in Philly. Try and beat the Dodgers 3 times. Gonna be tough. We'll be talking about that and more right after this on the Tom Daly Sports Show. We're talking to Sherry Holtzclaw, one of our great sponsors, the Cyclone Sports and the Tom Daly Sports Show. A lot of jewelry stores out there. Why the jeweler's bench?
So everything is done in-house. Nothing gets sent out. We do ring sizing, necklace repairs, replace stones, shorten bracelets, necklaces. We repair silver jewelry. There's not a lot of jewelry stores that will repair silver jewelry. So we're one of the ones that do. Occasionally watches, we do some watch repair. Some of it we do have to send that out occasionally, but I'll let you know when I do, so it doesn't go out without you knowing about it.
Watch batteries. They replace a lot of watch batteries. Again,
Every day.
Yes. John Holtzclaw is one of the few jewelry repair people in the area. There's not many of them left, so they do jewelry repair here. Remember that. They ship all over the country. The website is
jewelersbench10.com.
The hours you're open are
Monday through Friday, 9:30 to 6, and then Saturday, 9:30 to 2.
all right. And social media, where do we find you?
Facebook and Instagram.
And the phone number is
423-542-5600.
be loyal, buy local. It's a mom and pop store. Been here for a long time here in Elizabethton, serving not just Elizabethton, but the entire Tri-Cities and really anywhere in the country. The Jeweler's Bench, proud sponsor of the Cyclone Sports and the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Very simple. It happens every day. Tell us how we can do it.
Yeah, all you got to do is give us a call. We brought 2 yesterday, actually, but you just give us your name and your birthday and tell us where your prescriptions are at right now, and we'll call that pharmacy, get everything brought over. A lot of times people are nervous about moving because they're afraid something doesn't have refills or something can't be transferred. And when that's the case, we'll call those doctors, get you new prescriptions, and take care of everything, really. It's like the people, one of them we had transferred yesterday, said they'd been trying for about 3 days to get medicine refilled and just wasn't happening, and was frustrated and asked if we could do better, and called, got everything transferred. Took maybe 15 or 20 minutes, and we had to call the doctor on one, which waiting on doctors can sometimes be a little time consuming, but they got that called in, and by the afternoon we had everything ready for her.
There you go, folks.
So,
it's just that easy. If you're not happy where you're getting your prescriptions filled, come to the Lingerfield Drug Center. The phone number to call and talk to you about it is?
It's 423-542-2138.
There you go. One of our great sponsors right here of Cyclone Sports and the Tom Daly Sports Show. Get your prescription changed to a mom and pop pharmacy that still cares about their people and still wants to give you 100% customer satisfaction. It's right here at Lingerfield Drug Center beside Carter County Bank in downtown Elizabethton. Proud sponsor of Cyclone Sports and the Tom Taylor Sports Show. And back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Thanks for being with us. Take a look at some volleyball from last night tournament play. We'll start in the what we got? We're starting the Double A. Sullivan East defeated Unicoi County. Again, that was a play-in victory. They beat them 25-23. Let's see, beat them 3-1. And so Sullivan East now number 4 seeded 16 and 15. Unicoi County finishes at 6 and 13. The second game, Lady Cyclones disposing of Johnson County 3-0, 25-19, 25-9, 25-10, and so Elizabethton now 19 and 10 on the season. The Longhorns finished at 12 and 21. And so tonight, East will play Greenville, and then the Lady Cyclones will play Chucky Doak after the Greenville game. Then the two losers of those games tonight will play in the nightcap for the elimination game. So East and Greenville and Elizabeth and Chucky Doak, winners move on. The losers will turn right around and play again an elimination game tonight. So somebody's going to play two tonight in Sullivan East, or in Bluff City at Sullivan East, rather. In AAA volleyball, number 1 seed Science Hill beats Westridge in 4 sets. Dobbins Bennett took 4 sets to beat number 3 seed Tennessee High. That sets up a matchup between the Lady Hilltoppers and Lady Indians at 5 o'clock. Hello, Jimmy Stout. How you doing, buddy? And the Lady Wolves and Lady Vikings at 7 o'clock. All this at Westridge tonight. The winner of the winner of the former two squads will advance to the championship. Loser will be eliminated from the tournament. The remaining two teams will meet on Wednesday for the right to play for a tournament title. It's double elimination. So tonight it is Science Hill, Westridge, and Science Hill and DB and Westridge and Tennessee High tonight in volleyball at Westridge. So there you go. Interesting story in college football. We'll get Brandon away on this when he gets here on the show in a little while. We got some other coaches coming. We're here at Milligan, obviously. You see on the backdrop. Auburn is going to move its game to Atlanta. It is moving its 2026 game. They went and played Baylor at Baylor this year and beat them. And so they are going to move their game with Baylor to Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta next year as an arrangement with the IFLAC kickoff game. Hang on. The IFLAC kickoff game to provide name, image, and likeness opportunities for Auburn players. A first in college football for neutral site games. The Peach Bowl, in coordination with the IFLAC game, will provide opportunities for promotional appearances for Auburn players, promoting ticket sales and other events in and around the ball game. So Baylor and Auburn met again this year in Waco. Auburn won that one 38-24. It's supposed to be in Auburn, but they're going to move it to Atlanta. Auburn will get an allotment over 20,000 tickets for the game. Baylor will get their standard 3,000 tickets for the visiting team. And then the IFLAC kickoff game will sell the remaining inventory. So it's interesting. I'm not sure what this is going to do. Well, this could be something for the future of other schools, but Auburn's going to move their game to Atlanta with Baylor next year so the players can do promotional things and make money with NIL. So is that a revolutionary things to come for everybody? Possibly, because that's something I've not heard of before. Baseball news, Kelnick is gone with the Braves. He becomes a free agent. He was outrighted to AAA Gwinnett most of the season, and so he is elected to become a free agent. So the experiment with Jared Kelnick in Atlanta obviously did not work. He's going to move on, and so he is leaving. And so that's the Braves are trying to trim down their 40-man roster and trying to shore it up a little bit. Baseball again today. First game at 4:08, Detroit and Seattle in Detroit. Jack Flaherty for Detroit and Logan Gilbert will go for the Mariners. Series is tied at 1. Game 2 at 8:08 tonight. Yankees on the brink of elimination, down 2-0. Shane Bieber will go for the Blue Jays, and Carlos Rodon will get going for the Yankees tonight at 8:08 from Yankee Stadium, New York. And again, if they lose, they're going to boo him out of that place, Aaron Boone, I would think, because they're not happy. Well, they beat the Red Sox last week. Well, that was last week. The Blue Jays playing some really good baseball right now, to say the least. In the National Hockey League tonight, 3 on the ice. Chicago skates at Florida. The Rangers at home against Pittsburgh. And the Kings are at home against Colorado. The Avalanche tonight. 3 on tap in the National Hockey League for this Tuesday, October the 7th. Back to those games from the game from yesterday. Jackson Churio put on a show. He blasted a fastball, clocked at 101 miles an hour from Cubs reliever Daniel Palencia for a 3-run homer in the bottom of the 4th inning. And so they go on to win it. The Cubs, they're up 2-0 now. And so he was on fire, and so was Mizorowski was on fire for the Brewers as well. So Mizorowski kept the Cubs off the board during the middle innings after right fielder Suzuki gave Chicago a short-lived 3-0 lead in the top of the first. So, again, Mizorowski pitched very, very well, struck out 4 in 3 innings. So Mizorowski and the Brewers are up again, and they lead that series 2-0 on the Cubs on a travel day today for those two teams. As we told you, the Dodgers and the Brewers are now one win away from moving on to the championship series play for the pennant. As so the Dodgers held off the Phillies, taking their second consecutive game at Citizens Bank Park. Philadelphia's on the brink of elimination. They'll travel down play in L.A. for the next two. Blake Snell outdueling Jesus Luzardo. The Dodgers 4-3 win. Snell striking out 9 over 6 innings, only 1 hit. And so the stars of the team, being the Phillies we're talking about, this is a team I said is going to be in the World Series. Right now they're just trying to stay alive. Trey Turner, Kyle Schwarber, and Bryce Harper combined 1 for 11 in these two games with 6 strikeouts, not getting it done. That was game 1. Game 2, they were combined 1 for 10, so they are 2 for 21, the big guns. Turner, Schwarber, and Harper in the 2 games against the Dodgers combined 2 for 21. You know as well as I do, it's not going to get it done. So the Phillies got their hands full, obviously, heading back to L.A. to battle the Dodgers in Dodger Stadium. So as I said at the outset of the show, the Dodgers kind of lumbered along for the betterment of the regular season. Now they flipped the switch, and they're playing some really good baseball. So they'll play again games 3 and 4 in L.A. at Dodger Stadium. Hello, Reba Whitehead. How you doing? We're live on the road here at Milligan University. Brendan Sweeney, our assistant athletic director, is here. We just spoke to our athletic director, Christian Pope. So, again, I applaud him to step in. He had to do it in the softball last year when we had the coaching change. And so, by the way, we're going to meet her, the new softball coach. So now the swimming coach left at the last minute, which kind of left the school high and dry, quite frankly. But it is what it is, and you just go with the flow. You roll with the punches. And so he has to step in and be the interim swim coach, but he's got some assistants. But I like what he said. We're going to wait and get the right one. Let's go not grab the first person we can get. And so the swim coach and the swimming team is getting on that bus tomorrow and heading to a meet. So as the old Hollywood set goes, the show must go on, and it is here in Milligan. So, and we'll be okay. It's going to be all right. This is not life and death by any stretch of the imagination, but you know they're in a search for a swim coach here at Milligan, and the one that left in the high and dry. The program's in really good shape. Some excellent swimmers, and so that's what he was dealing with, and I applaud him for what he's doing. So he being the athletic director, Christian Pope. Quick break. We'll be right back. We're live here again at Milligan. Are you up next? You on, Big Dog? He's in the house. Oh boy. We're going to get our Raiders crying towels out. He joins us next on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
Double C Western Supply in Elizabethton, your Cowboy store, and so much more. We have shoes and boots for guys and gals. We have kids' boots and shoes for the little people, too. Ball caps, Marriott Wrangler, and a large selection of Huey. We have purses, billfolds, handbags. We carry a full line of Montana Silversmith jewelry. We have both Lane Frost and Huey cologne and perfumes. We even have several styles of rugs to choose from, and a large kids section full of boots and shoes and jeans and dresses and even stuffed animals. And jeans, and more jeans, both work and casual for guys and gals. Ariat and Wrangler in all sizes and styles. T-shirts for men, women, and kids. For cold weather, we have fleece tops and sweaters. And racks full of men's shirts, including the George Strait line from Wrangler. Short sleeve and long sleeve shirts for men and women. Vests and jackets for the cold days and nights for the guys and the ladies. We have a full line of tack and cowboy hats for cowboys and cowgirls, along with belts and a great selection of saddles. So you see, it is a cowboy store and more. Double C Western Supply, Railroad Street, Elizabethton. Find us on Facebook and at doublecwesternsupply.com.
Steins with a special song. Take it away, Axel.
The Eagle Center is right downtown. The second block is where we're found. We have crocs and clocks and a lot of things. Tools and glass and shiny rings. Coins and books and mirrors too. All these things just waiting for you. Beautiful furniture and much, much more. You gotta come visit our store.
Back on the Tom Doe Sports Show. Look who stopped by. My buddy's in the house. How you doing, sir?
Doing well. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Good.
It's another day in the land of the Buffs. I love it, love it, love it. So you got your bowling coach coming in a little while, is that right?
Yeah, Brian Rickert coming in to talk with you about what they've got going on. They just started their season. Midwest Collegiate Classic up in just outside Detroit. Great weekend for both teams. Men placed 15th out of 51 schools that were there.
Wow.
And the women actually qualified first out of 42 on day one, made it into the match play tournament, which is just the top 8 teams from the first day, and dropped their first game. But again, to qualify first out of everybody that was at that tournament, which is a Tier A tournament, which in bowling, Tier A, that's the highest level tournament that you can play in. And so that's a huge start for our women.
Wow. Little old Milligan, here we are.
Yep.
Tearing it up. That's good stuff. Real good stuff. So let's start cross country. Both are nationally ranked, both in the top 5 in the country. Tell us about that.
Yeah, the Milligan women at number 2 in the nation. Ellen Mary Kearney just continues to be just an amazing runner, and she just finished second at the App State Fire Tower Project, which hosted by Division I Appalachian State and several other Division I schools there. Coastal Carolina, College of Charleston, the Citadel. Trying to think of other ones that were there. Radford. So William and Mary, who is a powerhouse at Division I. So Ellen Mary finished second out of the entire group of individuals in that race, which was huge. And so that's great for our women. Their season's rolling, underway. Our men are ranked number 3 in the nation, and their team this year is kind of a conglomeration of guys from previous years that are kind of coming into their senior years and junior years, that are raising their level to be the top runners on our team, with the loss of Bryn Woodall, who graduated last year. So it's going to be fun to see who kind of steps up for our men's team this year and really is the top dog.
We're talking to Brendan. We're live here in Milligan. What's going on with the golf team right now?
Golf team, their seasons just got underway. They just played out in just outside Greenville and Greer, South Carolina, at the North Greenville University hosted a invitational out there, fall invitational, and our women placed 8th out of 13. Our men finished second in their tournament, which was really impressive. North Greenville typically really good as a program in golf, and so to have that type of finish there was huge. They only finished 1 stroke off of winning that tournament. They were only 1 stroke behind North Greenville. So that's a great start to their season, and they've had their home tournament as well. So that was a great opportunity for us to see them play, get some photos of them out on the course. So looking forward to the rest of their fall as well. The fall championship, they've got one more event before the AAC fall championships, which will be a cool barometer to see where they're at as we head into their competitive season in the spring.
Cycling with Coach Nate, what's going on there?
They are actually heading out to Mountain Bike Nationals. They actually just left this morning for that, so that's a fun one. Mountain bike, out of the seasons that we do race in, is the one we don't have as many accomplished riders in. So, but we'll see. We did bring in a couple of new mountain bikers this year that may have a chance to really compete nationally for us. So we're excited to see how things go. Like I said, that event actually is Thursday through Sunday this week.
Where's that at?
It's out in Colorado.
Colorado? That's what
yes.
I thought, yep. So we're talking Milligan sports here. So it's busy. Let's see. The only one I got left is soccer. What's going on with soccer right now?
Soccer, our men just played yesterday. They dropped a tough one to Truett McConnell. They were ahead 1-0. The Buffs were in the second half, and early in the second half, Truett McConnell got an equalizer, and then in the last few minutes, both teams they put in extra forwards to try to score goals, and Truett McConnell got a chance in the 89th minute, second to last minute of the game, and they scored and took the win over the Buffs. So that was a tough one. But still, the Buffaloes are at 6-2 in conference play. Truett McConnell that they played are now at 5-1-1. So now Truett McConnell does leap us in the standings. So we're gonna have to hope later in the season that we'll get a win they don't get. So our women didn't play yesterday, but they played on Saturday against Brunel University, and they took home a pretty simple 4-0 win in that one. So. Both teams playing well, both over 500, well over 500, and have chances, both teams, to have a good tournament.
We've got volleyball tonight, 6:20 airtime. We'll tip it off, or first service should say, at 6:30. The Lady Buffs and the Lady Bears out of Pikeville University. It is a young team, and so the record, again, they're getting better, but the record shows that right now they have a losing record. But, again, as I've said, and I'm right, it's not where you are right now. If you can get cranked up and get a peak for tournament time, come tournament time, you know this in any sport. You wipe the slate clean and start over, so you don't know what's going to happen. So tonight's a good chance, again, to come out here and get cranked up. And so we'll bring it to you, 6:20, audio and video, here and also on the milliganbus.com website. So Facebook and YouTube tonight, 6:20 airtime. First serve at 6:30. The Lady Bears coming in from Pikeville, and it's a pretty spirited rivalry. They're not that far geographically, and they're now in our league, and so it's becoming. It's not Tennessee Wesleyan, but it's becoming a pretty good rivalry.
Yeah, it is, and Pikeville is playing really well this year in volleyball. They have started the season with a lot of success, and it's going to be interesting tonight to see the Buffs back on their home floor after being down in Georgia last weekend. And just having an opportunity to get back in the win column against a team that's up there in the upper echelon so far this season.
Last month we talked to Kylie. We talked a little basketball. It's not that far away. Practice officially starts when?
Well, they've been practicing. They've had girls out here. The guys have had their guys out. They had a scrimmage last night, a little short one. The men did. Here before we had our swimming media day that we took care of last night up here in the gym. So yeah, they're underway. I mean, they're practicing. They're getting ready to go. Their first games are actually at the end of the month. So October 24th for the men and October 30th for the women.
Hard to believe, but it's here. Again, we're down to, what is it, Christmas Eve. I know you're out. You've already started talking about getting my present. I really appreciate it. Yeah, right. It's going to be a Raiders hat or something. Raiders. Good Lord. I'm not sure I'm sure I would accept
staying away
it.
from that these days.
78 days till Christmas Eve, so it's not that far away, folks.
Mm-hmm.
And that means, of course, basketball is getting ready to crank up. We'll be doing a lot of Buff basketball this year. We're looking forward to doing that. I actually may go on the road with them some too. That's kind of the plan. We're looking forward to doing that. So that's in the offing. So let's switch gears. Talk a little college football. You've got Ohio State, you've got Oregon up there, and Miami, 1, 2, and 3 in that order. Not in that order. You got, let's see, you've got Ohio State, Miami, Oregon, Ole Miss, Texas A&M. You okay with those?
Yeah, I think so.
Oklahoma, Indiana, Alabama, Texas Tech, Georgia.
Yeah,
I'm not sold on Indiana. I'm sorry. So
I think right now I'm okay with Indiana being up there. I think they've played well enough, in my opinion, to be in the 7 through 10 spot
okay.
at this point in the season.
All right. Fair enough.
That may change.
It may change. Probably will. Penn State's on a free fall right now.
Yeah.
What do you do if you're – I mean, as I say on the show, every Monday it's buyout Monday. So now they want to get rid of James Franklin and Bill Belichick. They're trying to run him off. He's not going anywhere, I don't think.
No.
So, that's – there we go. So what do you do if you're Penn State? You strap it on and go at it again. You got Got somebody this week. Who do they got? Somebody they're playing. It's checkbook game, I think. Nope. Got them confused with somebody else. But anyway, here are some of the big games. Ohio State at Illinois, number 1 and number 17. Is that going to be a game or not? No. Okay. Alabama, Missouri, number 8 against number 14. I think Crimson Tide rolls.
Yeah, I would agree. I do think it's going to be closer than you think.
Think so?
I do think it's going to be closer than you think.
All right.
But I do think Alabama will win. I think it'll probably be like a 7 or 10 point game.
He's generally spot on when we get these predictions when we sit down and talk. Oklahoma and the Red River rivalry taking on Texas that fell out of the top 25. This is a prove-me game for Texas. If they want to get back in and show folks that we are for real, they got to beat Oklahoma this Saturday. Can they do it?
I don't know. I mean, it's going to be tough. Oklahoma's a good team. I mean, number 6 in the nation.
Yeah.
Got a really nice quarterback in Mateer.
And their defense is
I don't
lights
know.
out.
Yeah, defense is great.
Oh.
And Arch Manning has not shown against good defenses that he can play the guitar. So I don't know. I think Oklahoma wins that one pretty easily.
Do you pull Manning for Quinn Ewers or not? Because that's what they're saying. Got some people saying, all right, he's had his shot.
Yeah.
He ain't getting it done. So
I don't know. I mean, Ewers isn't there, but it'd be somebody else.
That's
Ewers
right, he's
is
gone.
Ewers
He's
is
gone.
in
I'm sorry. I'm
NFL,
sorry.
but
I'm sorry, Ewers is
but
gone.
you're right. Yeah, there would be.
There's a backup. I'm
There's
not
somebody.
sure it is. My bad. You're right. But it's not so. But you're gonna stick with Manning.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, he's the big ticket guy that they wanted to be the quarterback. So I don't know.
I look at the schedule. Tennessee will have Oklahoma and Knoxville on November the 1st. So that's big boy football. So yeah, that's right. Yours is gone. My bad. So then you got number 7 Indiana, and number 3 Oregon.
Yeah. So I think that's where
We'll find out.
Yeah, and I don't see Indiana going to Oregon and winning. I don't see that happening.
Georgia and Auburn, 7:30. They're saying this could be the upset special of the week. Can the
Yeah, it has
Bulldogs?
the potential.
Can they do it?
I don't think it's impossible. That's definitely a possibility for Auburn. I think it's just the matchup to me. If Auburn's offense can move the ball okay against Georgia, I'm not sure that Georgia is going to put up 28 points in this one. I think it's going to be a pretty low-scoring game.
Mm-hmm.
And so if Auburn's offense can move the ball a little bit and Georgia's not on their A game, which they've been kind of up and down, I could see Auburn taking it.
Auburn's got a chip on their shoulder. They feel like they got ripped, and they did at the Oklahoma game. They got robbed of that. That was a bad call, and they missed it. But they can't do anything about it now. So they've kind of got a chip, and I get that. So I know Coach is here. We're going to get him on here in just a second. But I'm not sure why we're doing this, but it says Auburn is moving its game next year with Baylor to Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. It's part of an arrangement with the Aflac kickoff game to provide NIL opportunities for Tiger players, first in college football. So you're in marketing. You're the assistant athletic director. The Peach Bowl will provide opportunities for promotional appearances for Auburn players, promoting ticket sales. And what's that word? Ancillary events.
Yeah.
So what does that mean? What's ancillary events?
Well, it seems that Aflac, the sponsor of that kickoff game, is agreeing to pay out NIL if they moved it to Atlanta. That's what it sounds like to me. And so if that's what it is, we're getting into some muddied waters a little bit, I think.
Absolutely. That's what I want to hear. That's what I want to hear you say, because that's what I thought too. I thought that's we're going to start moving games so players can make personal appearances, and so I'm telling you,
it's going somewhere. The whole college landscape is going in a direction that's a little funky.
Yep, I'm right there with you. So just want to get your take on it, because that didn't make any sense to me.
Yep.
I know what I thought, and you've echoed what I thought, so it doesn't I don't think it's a good thing, but I'm sitting in Milligan University in East Tennessee. I don't care what I think, so they're going to do what they got to do. Coming up next, who we have? Who's coming? Who's joining us?
Got our head bowling coach, Brian Rickert, coming in.
Oh, yeah.
Up next.
He's right here. So you coming back? You done?
I'll probably check in at the end.
Yeah, there you go. Our softball coach coming too, aren't
Yeah, Cassie Fortner.
Cassie, brand new softball coach. Looking forward to meeting her for the first time. So she'll be here in a little while. We'll take a break. We'll be right back after one of our great sponsors, Phil's Dream Pit, our pregame sponsor. Getting the Cyclones off this week. It's an open date. It's fall break. And so we'll take a break. We'll come right back with more. We're live here at Milligan on show number 2373 of the Tom Taylor Sports Show. And the owner, how can you feed the team, feed the gang, feed folks for football season? What are options for Phil's?
You know, the great thing, we're set up, Tom, for events large or small. When you want to take things and make things easy, we have our dream packs to go that give you your meat, give you your choice of 3 sides, your buns, your barbecue sauce. You just throw that on a plate and you're ready to go. So you can just set it out, set pans out for your friends to grab whatever they want. You're having a big party at your house for watch the Vols whip up on Syracuse or whoever it is they're playing this week, whether we go in Tennessee, Alabama, whatever game it is, we've got you covered with those dream packs. And if you're going, you know what, I've got everybody bringing nachos and sides and all this little finger food, but I want something a little more substantial, you can get meat by the pound, and we can set that up for you where you just have the meat and everybody can bring a side and get you ready to go. So meat by the pound or dream packs to go, either one. Great way to feed a bunch of people on a budget.
349-60 or 423-349-6437 is the number to call. Website is
philsdreampit.com. Also be looking for our Phil's Dream Pit food truck. You can follow where it's going to be set up at philsdreampit.com. We run that thing all over the Tri-Cities. We've got it in Elizabethton sometimes, Kingsport, Johnson City, over in Bristol occasionally. So wherever you are, follow the Phil's Dream Pit food truck. You can get the barbecue on the go there without having to drive out to Eastern Star.
lots of options. Great sponsor, Cyclone Sports and the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Give them a call. Let them take care of your next activity, next need, whatever it is, at Phil's Dream Pit. The quest for perfect barbecue. Eastern Star exit of Interstate 26. Proud sponsor of Cyclone Sports and the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show, we're live at Milligan University. Love promoting the Buffs. Volleyball tonight, 6:20 airtime, 6:30 first serve. The Lady Bears from Pikeville in town. So we're looking forward to streaming that for you, both audio and video, here and also on MilliganBuffs.com. A sport that's taken off here, year number...
Senior number 4 for the
Number
ladies
4.
and 5 for the guys.
Yep. Coach Rickard's here with us from his wife. We've had her on the show before, the tour of schools and the Readers or Winners reading incentive program we do down at Harold McCormick in Elizabethton. She is there and does a wonderful job helping Mr. Wampler, the principal, at Harold McCormick. So we know both sides of the Rickard family. So let's talk 2024. How did things go last year? Refresh our memory.
Yeah, last season actually was pretty successful again. On our ladies' side, we qualified for the NAI National Championships for the 3rd year in a row.
Love it.
Would have liked a little bit better showing when we got there, but unfortunately sometimes things go like that. So on our men's side, they also qualified for the national championships, finished in the top 4, and then qualified for our governing body's national championship, which covers all of the divisions, NCAA, NAIA, D1, D2, D3. We made that field for the first time and ended up bowing out in 3rd place. So it was a phenomenal run that they made last year.
So when you go bowl just for fun, there's self-inflicted pressure just to do good because everybody's watching you,
right?
Even though they do well. So I'm trying to put myself in your kid's place. When you go to the big show, I guess everything is just magnified. There's a lot of drama, a lot of stress in there.
Oh yeah. Every shot means something.
Absolutely.
You know, that single pin spare that you have to make because the other team's going to score 1 pin higher, and you have to have that. And they showed up. The guys did very well. When you get to that level, it's a 7-game match play. So first team to win 4, and we took it to best of 7. I think 3 out of the 4 matches, and they ended up taking the win in all but 1.
So when you compete, I've never been to one. I want to go watch one this year. So when you compete, you go and everybody else watches you, or all the lanes occupied by teams are all bowling at the same time?
So, for example, this weekend when we competed out in Michigan, there were 55 schools there on the men's side. they're all bowling at the same exact time. And they cheer, they chant, it's loud, and so it's not like golf where it's quiet. It's more like softball where
It's rowdy.
it's rowdy. It is
And you gotta be
absolutely
focused.
rowdy.
Wow.
And so you compete, you get to the top 8 teams, and then the top 8 teams square off in a match play, 1 seed versus 8. Winner moves on to get to the championship.
So how did we do this weekend? We did well, didn't we?
We did well this weekend. Our guys missed the top 8. We finished 15th, but we've had a lot of turnover. We'll talk about it in a second. And then our ladies, which have stayed pretty steady on the roster. We've got a lot of experience, a lot of seniors. We ended up as the #1 qualifier out of 44 schools there.
That's awesome.
Thank you. We did bow out in the first round of match play. Just ran into a little buzzsaw from St. Ambrose, and they got us 2 games to none. But excellent showing for. We have different tier events in bowling. We have Tier 1 events, which are more points that accumulate towards the postseason, and then Tier 2. And we started out with a Tier 1 right away. So finishing
awesome.
first is. I was impressed. I was very proud of their resolve over the weekend.
Where do you guys practice?
We practice at Holiday Lanes here in
Holiday
Johnson City. Yep.
Yeah. Now, will you have any matches? You call them matches or games? What do you call it?
Matches, tournaments. Yep.
Now, will you have any here this year?
No, usually you need a center that's going to be able to hold at least 15 schools. It's kind of like a track meet where a lot of schools get together. We'll compete over the weekend. We'll be in Smyrna in a couple of weekends. They have a very large center, and there'll probably be about 30 to 40 schools there.
How does one, we're talking to Coach Rickard, the bowling coach here, Milligan, still on the screen, how does one recruit, given the fact that we don't bowl as a sport in Tennessee, at least not in Northeast Tennessee, so how do you find these kids? Obviously, you're finding some good ones. How do you recruit for bowling? How about, I'll just ask it that way.
Good question. So it's a lot of travel. You've got local tournament circuits. So down in Georgia, they run a tournament circuit where they'll have individual competitions, and you'll go down and watch these individuals compete. There's a national circuit called the Junior Gold Circuit that competes throughout the year and then meets all of the qualifiers in a city, takes over the city for about 2 weeks. There might be 2,000 of the best in the country, U18, U15, and they'll pare down to a winner. There's about 3 or 4 national circuits that you'll travel to. Some states have high school bowling, and you can go watch, in the upper Midwest. Tennessee has high school bowling. We've got a great program in Dobbins Bennett here that has made the high school finals for a number of years. So a lot of travel, not like, going to a local gymnasium.
So I'm a hot rod bowler, old Tom Taylor, and I'm a hot
yeah.
rod bowler. 10 other coaches introduced themselves. I mean, I guess I'm inundated. I'm flooded with bowling coaches talking to me. Is that how
Could
it
be.
works?
Yeah, if you're one of the best, you might have 2 or 3 coaches talking to you during that tournament, just handing you their card and saying we'll keep in touch.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the kids you have on the team this year. Who's some of the folks doing well?
So on our ladies' side, we've got Emily Cheeseman. She's been here for 4 years, a senior. She's a 2-time NAI All-American. She finished 2nd this weekend at the tournament, at the Tier 1 tournament. So she's on pace to maybe go for a 3rd All-American designation.
Amazing.
She came from California. We've got Emily Horton, who's from Christiansburg, Virginia. She transferred from Tusculum after her freshman year. She's doing excellent. We've got a young girl, Paige Fortier, from North Carolina, who's a freshman, came in this weekend as a freshman and got her feet wet. But we've got a really good established core on our women's side. On our men's side, the team that went to the top 3 last year collegiately, we had a big transfer group that left for a variety of reasons, and so we've kind of restocked. We've got a Team USA bowler in Chance McLean on that side coming from Maryland. We've got another Virginia bowler in Sean Jenkins. We've got some freshmen. We have 7 freshmen come in, and we've got a bunch of JV guys from last year who have stepped up now into that varsity role. And for them to take 15th out of 55 schools is a lot of newer bowlers. It's a complete redo from our roster last year. I was impressed with them as well.
Well, that's a credit to you because you're blending them. You're taking the old and the new and putting them together and making them competitive. So
We're trying to establish a culture here, and they've done a great job. The ladies and the guys have done a great job of keeping that.
there's a learning curve. Anytime you get new kids or new employees, whatever, everybody knows that.
Yeah.
So you got to kind of fuse them together, and obviously you're doing that. So what's next on the schedule? Where you go next?
So we're going to go to Smyrna at the end of the month.
End of the month.
And then after that, right the next weekend, we'll be in Atlanta, Georgia for another Tier 1 tournament. There should be 30, 40 some schools there, and then we'll have a little break till December.
Awesome. Good stuff. So where can we watch you? Are any of these streamed when you go out of town, these other places?
Right, absolutely. So we stream all of our events to the MilliganBuffs.com page, and so you'll have a chance. You can watch there and kind of see what collegiate bowling looks like, and it's a lot different than Saturday afternoon or in the Glow Bowling that you'll see when you're going out with your friends.
Well, that's a good question. Good way to end it. So how is it different? Because that's what I'm used to, going out just with some friends and have a good time, bowl a little bit.
Right.
But it's, as you said, very intense, very stressful. So other than that, and that's the obvious, how else is it different?
So I joke, number one thing is we're not eating nachos like you're doing with your friends or pizza. But what you'll see is day one usually consists of team games. So you'll put out 5, they'll bowl a full game, and you'll add those scores up. You will sub in and out depending on if someone's doing well. And then the second day, you'll have what's called Baker format. And Baker format is just you're bowling one game, but you're using 5 young ladies or 5 gentlemen taking turns. So somebody will bowl the first frame and the 6th frame. Their teammate will bowl the 2nd and the 7th, and you'll alternate basically frames throughout that game. Again, just accumulating as many pins as possible, and the total number of pins will put you up the leaderboard.
You like this, don't you? You like coaching bowling?
I enjoy it very
Yes.
much so.
It comes across that way.
Yeah.
You love it. These kids
It's
are.
a blessing that they're paying me to do something I love.
There you go. And these kids obviously are buying into you because success is proofs in the pudding. So last year the ladies finished one more time. They finished where?
We made the field of 12 for the national championship for the 3rd time in a row. So
Wow. So how many? I think Christian said there's over 200 NAI schools in the country.
Mm-hmm.
So how many of those have bowling?
we have about 60. So there's
wow.
about 60 schools on the NAI level, but there's about 160 at the collegiate level.
It's impressive, sir.
It's growing.
Yes.
It's a growing sport.
Yes. Keep up the good work. We'll check back next month. How long
Try
does the
to.
season last?
If all goes well, we'll be in our final postseason in April, right before finals.
Oh, all the way through
So
then.
yeah, the season runs pretty much year round.
Oh, then we'll see you next month for sure. We want to keep you on a regular basis.
Yep.
Come here, so
We'll keep you updated.
absolutely good job. That's cool. It's one of the 31 sports here, and it's obviously doing very well. Last year, top 12 in the country for the third
For the 3rd year in a row.
year in a row.
Yep.
In bowling, little old Milligan, 1,200 kids getting it done. Thanks to Coach Rickard. You have assistant coaches. You have help.
Yeah, assistant. My head men's coach is Michael Hall.
Michael Hall. Yep. We've had him on before too.
We've had him on.
Yep. Good stuff. Thank you, sir. Good job.
My pleasure, Tom.
Yep. Awesome. That's why we come out every week, folks, or every month, to showcase what goes on. There's 31 sports, everything from disc golf to mountain biking to flag football to basketball to softball. In fact, we'll meet the new softball coach coming up here in a few minutes. So all that is right here where we are in the land of the Buffaloes. We do have volleyball tonight, 6:20 airtime, and again, first serve at 6:30 tonight. As we said, it will be UPike coming in. University of Pikeville, Kentucky will be the opponent. We'll go on at 6:20 right here on the Tom Daly Sports Show with Milligan University Volleyball. A lot of grocery store chains out there. Why Food City?
You know, Tom, I hope you've got a lot of time because I've got lots of reasons why you need to shop at Food City. You know, our associates are number one. You know, they're here to serve the community and our customers, and they do a fabulous job. taking care of our customers. You know, this is a family-owned company, and it's such a blessing to work for a family-owned company. You know, they truly care about their associates. You know, and we're so involved in the community, Tom. You know, we do so much in all the communities where there is a Food City location. Anytime there's any big events, typically you're going to see that Food City logo. And when you're in the store, Tom, you know, you've got quality items to be able to select from. Talking about the produce, you know, we're picky about our produce. We sell a lot of locally grown items, and right now half runners is what everybody's all about. And then, you know, I'd be remiss if I didn't talk about the meat department. You know, we have our meat cutters back there every day who cut and grind meat fresh daily. You know, our meat, you know, beats none other. I mean, it's you know, great products that we sell back there in our meat department, and it's always fresh. And then the food service department, Tom, I love going to the food service department, and no matter what you get, it's always good, it's always fresh, it's always hot. And you know, like our sushi, they roll that fresh daily. And while you're here, Tom, you can always go to Food City Pharmacy and pick up your, you know, your prescriptions or get a flu shot. It's time for flu shots again. So there's so many different reasons why you should shop at Food City, and I could go on and on about our company.
Value every day. Food City. Lisa Johnson from the marketing department. Food City, proud sponsor of Tom Doder Sports Show and the Elizabethton Cyclone Sports. Value every day. Food City. Back on the Tom Douglas Sports Show, we are live here again at Milligan University. Steve Lacey Fieldhouse. We come here once a month to promote the Buffs and appreciate Coach Rickard. That's pretty impressive. Emily Chessman, two-time All-American in bowling, going for her third straight year of being named and earning, not being named, but earning the right to be an All-American, which is very impressive. High school football Friday night. It's a off week for a lot of teams, so the games scheduled are down because a lot of folks are taking the week off. And so it goes as follows in no particular order. There is chronologically on Thursday night. It's like Mr. Kimball off Green Acres. Well, in no particular order. Well, there is particular order. You ever watch Green Acres? Remember that show, Mr. Kimball, the county extension agent? He'd say something to turn around and correct himself, which is what I just did. Thursday night will be a football game. Dobbins Minute hosting Claiborne. And so that'll be on Thursday. On Friday night, Volunteer Chucky Doak. Cloudland hosting Sunbright. Happy Valley travels to Cumberland Gap. Daniel Boone travels to Jefferson County. Johnson County will be at home on Friday night against the Pigeon Forge Tigers. Northview Academy at Seymour. Morristown West at Tennessee High at the Stone Castle. Unaka hosting Jellicoe. And Granger, the Grizzlies, will be at Unicoi County on Friday night. Cyclones off this week. It's an open date. We'll come back and go east home, Seymour home for senior night, then travel to Greenville to wrap up the regular season. So playoffs aren't that far away. It's crazy. We're at 78 days till Christmas Eve. It just doesn't. I mean, you look up and it's like somebody go today, it was Easter or Valentine's Day, but it's not. And so it's clipping right along. This is week number 8 of the high school football season. So quick break. She's here, our new softball coach. That would be you? It is. I've never met her. I hope that was a lady standing here. It is. She joins us next on the Tom Daly Sports. You're one of our great sponsors. Christmas Club savings account for next year. Tell me about it.
Yes, let's talk about it because now you're going to have 12 months to do this. What better time than right now to open your Christmas Club savings? There's no cost on this. This is just something that we can help you transfer automatic funds, either weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, out of your check. So that way you won't even have to worry about it. And each time that you have that transferred, either you can do it yourself or deposit into this account, or we can have automatic draft set up. That's just convenient for you. And like I said, it's just another sub account to your savings and checking at Northeast Community Credit Union. So if you have any questions, visit bmycu.org or come in and see us at one of our convenient locations or call 423-547-1200.
And you cut checks when? Next year? October, November? So when you get your checks?
Yes.
Save it up all year?
Yeah, so direct deposit could be your monthly paycheck.
Okay.
And so you can allocate a percentage of that paycheck into the Christmas Club. And that way when you get to October, November, it's going to be built up. And so it's a great feature, and people love it.
The Christmas Club savings account for Christmas 2024?
Yes.
From Northeast Community Credit Union, one of our great sponsors of The Tom Taylor Sports Show and Cyclone Sports.
Our success is your success.
Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show, I'm meeting a young lady for the first time. The new softball coach here at Milligan. It's awesome. Cassie Portner, we all know that Coach Holly passed away, and so, we're picking up the pieces and, necessitating, of course, a new coach, and she's here. Good morning, or actually good afternoon. How you doing?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
I'm doing great. I'm glad you're on board, and we're excited to have you here. So tell us about Cassie Portner. Give us a little background of your coaching career and about you in general.
So I'm originally from North Carolina, Lexington, North Carolina. Ended up going close to home. St. Andrews University is where I went to school, played there for 5 years. I got to use a COVID year. Ended up going straight into assistant coaching there once I finished, and I was getting my master's degree in education.
Impressive.
I coached there for a year, worked with a little bit of everybody, worked with hitters, fielders. And then after about a year, I was like, okay, I've been in North Carolina my whole life, so I'm kind of ready to venture out and try something new.
Time to move.
And I ended up in West Texas at Wayland Baptist University.
Wow.
It was way out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
But it was awesome. It was a great experience. I'm really glad I got to do it. I was out there for 2 years. And there I primarily worked with pitchers and catchers, but also helped with infield and hitting as well. And then after about 2 years, I was like, okay, I'm 22 hours away from home. I'm ready to get back closer to family. So I started working my way back and ended up back in my old conference. So that was super exciting for me. St. Andrews did end up shutting down, so that was really sad to hear. So I was really excited to be able to have a piece of that back, getting back into the conference. So.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And as Dorothy says in Wizard of Oz, there's no place like home. So here we are. So from here to Lexington is what? A couple hours?
It's about 3 hours.
3 hours? A whole lot closer than Texas,
yes.
Right? Absolutely. It's great. So she's the new softball coach. Since you've come on board, you're putting them through, I guess, winter workouts. What's the team doing right now?
Yeah, we're slowly getting into our fall season. We've played 2 games so far. We played against ETSU, and then just the other day we did a little round robin with Carson Newman and Walters State. So we're just finding the little things that we need to work on right now and slowly progressing and getting to where we need to be for the spring.
Things you've learned from being an assistant coach. Now you're the head banana, you're the head coach, so things that are different, obviously, from being an assistant. What have you learned so far being the head coach?
I would say the biggest thing is that the relationships are the biggest piece of the entire thing. Really building those relationships and keeping that team culture going, especially when the times get tough, is the key to everything. So I would say that's the biggest thing I've learned so far.
Absolutely. And it's going to get tough. It's not always sunshine and roses. We know that. It's how it rolls. In sports, there's peaks and valleys. And you learn, when I played, I learned more from the valleys than I did from the peaks.
Right.
So it's the way it goes.
Yeah.
And that's the way in life is too. So your coaching style, strategy would be what? If you had to identify or define your coaching strategy, what would it be?
I would say just building people for the real world. I think that trains you for your sport in general. So just understanding that you have a job and you have to get your job done. That translates from this when they graduate. They'll be ready for the real world and ready to understand that they got a job to do and a job to get done. So it all pieces everything together.
So you've been with them 2 games in the fall. They're exhibitions. They don't count, do they? Right?
Correct.
Okay. So what have you learned about your team in the 2 games? What do you feel like your strength's going to be?
Our strengths, I would say right now our strengths is definitely going to be our hitting. We have a lot of work to do defensively, but like I said, I'm still trying to figure everything out and who can go where. So
Absolutely.
just piecing everything together is the difficult part right now. But I definitely think hitting is going to be pretty solid. I think once we get some nerves out, the defense is going to be very solid. I know pitching is coming around; it's getting there. So I think we're going to do very well in the spring.
Well, the rule of thumb is, I learned this back when I was in radio, when you switch radio stations, they always said give yourself a learning curve of about 6 weeks to learn the people, learn the new, just learn the new surroundings, everything. So you're on a learning curve. You move back here, so you're getting used to Milligan.
Yes.
Now you're getting used to the girls. The girls are getting used, or the ladies getting used to you.
Mm-hmm.
They've been used to Coach Holly for the 2 or 3 years they've been in the program. So now new coach, new system, new philosophy. So everybody's trying to figure everybody else out, right?
Yeah.
That's the way it is. So what's next? How many more fall exhibitions do you have, or are you done?
We'll have a couple more. We're going to be playing Lee's McRae here on the 16th. And then we'll go to Mars Hill on the 25th, and then we'll finish up with Pellissippi State on November 1st.
Then they kind of scatter for the winter workouts and come back in the spring. Is that how it goes?
Yeah, so we'll be done with our fall practices around November 1st after that game. But they'll still be lifting and conditioning, staying in shape, getting ready for the spring. So
Absolutely. And we start early. We start in February, don't we? They
yes,
start playing?
we're actually starting really early this year. January 24th, I believe, is going to be our first game. Yep.
That's
early.
Long, that's long John weather.
It's very early.
Oh, yes, that's early. It can be a little cool out there in January.
It will.
So some of the girls, you're learning the ladies, and they're learning you. So do you recruit at this point? Do you just take what you've got? I mean, can you still get people for the spring, or you got, okay, here's our core team that I'm working with right now. This is what I'm going to use in the spring, or can you still go get other ladies? I don't know how that works in AI.
So pretty much what I have is what I have. It's really hard to find somebody mid-year.
Yeah. Okay.
So I think with what I have anyways, I think we're going to do perfectly fine. So I'm not worried about finding anyone for the spring. The 26 class that we have so far, I believe, is going to be really good. So that addition for the following season, I think will be pretty set.
It's good. So I like her confidence. So it is what it is. It's like, okay, you got handed the keys and the clipboard and said, go get him, coach, and that's what she's doing. So you played ETSU, and you got Lisa McRae coming in here on the 16th, is that right?
Yep.
Is that open to the public?
It is.
Okay.
It
we'll
is. Come support.
That would be, 16th would be a what?
That's a Thursday.
Thursday?
It'll be at 6 p.m.
I'm going to try and make that happen. I want to come down and check out. I'm writing this down here. Lisa McRae softball. So, cool. I'm going to guess, this is a shot, you played in college. I'm going to guess you played, let me see, second base.
Close.
Shortstop.
One of them.
Third base.
Center field and shortstop.
Center field and shortstop. So do you have a cannon for an arm?
I did, used to. Too old now.
I understand. Trust me, I understand. Yeah, I get it. That's awesome. So all the softball information is on the website, milliganbuffs.com. So if you want to come out and watch them play, kind of get a snapshot, kind of sort of what's coming up in the spring. You are allowed to play NAIA. How many games on the schedule?
For the fall or spring?
Spring.
Spring, we're allowed to play up to like 52. Right now we have about 38 games.
Yeah.
So
Milligan with the tradition of Coach Holly. I mean, you mentioned Milligan softball, one of the winningest coaches ever in the history of NAIA's softball. So it has his name out there already with instant respect, instant recognition. So you're going to take that and run with it. So you're excited, needless to say, about this job, this opportunity. I can see it in your face. So very cool. That's awesome. So we're going to be streaming some of the softball games this spring too. So we're looking forward to doing that. So it's going to be good. And softball on Thursday at 6 o'clock on the 16th against Lee's McCready combined. Check them out. It's an exhibition, but you still get, like I said, a little idea of what's coming and what's going to be there. And I'm excited and you're excited.
I'm very excited.
Yeah. Thanks for coming by. Enjoyed meeting you and look forward to working with you.
Well, thank you for having me.
Oh, yeah. We're going to be doing some of the spring games for them. So I want to come out and kind of see what I'm going to be doing with the softball team. I want to see what's on the team and all that. So I'm going to be here on the 16th with a bag of popcorn and Diet Mountain Dew, sitting up in the stands watching Coach Portner get after the girls and coach them, and we'll see how it goes. So looking forward to being here. Quick break. We'll be right back. We're here live again at Milligan University right after this in Poor Trav's Deli on the Tom Daly Sports. Out and about, ball games, ball practices, on the move. Make that phone number. Put in your phone, 543-6128. Stop by and get some sandwiches, right? Tell me about it.
Yeah. Give us a call real quick on your way to whatever event or gathering you've got going on when the weather's nice, and we'll have that bag ready for you when you get here about 10 minutes later.
Yep. Talk about the subs, the poor boys. You sell a lot of those, the cold subs. We don't talk enough about those.
Yeah, when the weather warms up, people like them cold sandwiches. They have bologna, salami, ham, and cheese on them. We've got a 6-inch on a soft split deli roll, and then we have the 12 inches on the sesame seeded Grecian bread.
Yep.
Mix it up with some mayonnaise, mustard, lettuce, tomato, lots of them spicy onions.
Yep, the 12-inch goes for $6.49. The 6-inch will go for $5.19, and they're piled high with meat. They don't scrimp here at Poor Trav's Deli. So
if you like extra, you can always add extra. You make it thick as you like.
There you go. So those are the cold subs. Let's talk about the salads real quick. Tell me about the salads at Poor Trav's.
We'll put you a fistful of lettuce in a tray with some shredded ham, roast beef, or turkey, some shredded cheese. We have tomatoes, spicy onions, some crunchy croutons, 2 packs of dressing. We have ranch, Italian, honey mustard, and Thousand Island.
Open Monday through Saturday, 9 to 9, closed on Sunday. Phone number is 543-6128, Broad Street, Elizabethton, right across from the Jeweler's Bench. One of our great sponsors who sponsors the player of the game, by the way. Don't forget that. He puts free sandwiches in these kids' hands for being the star player of whatever sport we're covering. So
I think they like it.
They do like it.
They do like it.
Yep, they do like it. And so we like giving it. He likes to give it.
That's right.
And so we appreciate it's a win-win for everybody. Poor Trav's Deli. Be loyal, buy local. Support Poor Trav's Deli here in Elizabethton. Proud sponsor of the Tom Daly Sports Show at Elizabethton Cyclone Sports. Poor Trav's Deli. Insurance. How can you help us with auto insurance?
Well, one of the things Horace Mann was started for, Tom, back in 1945 was to provide auto insurance for educators. They came up with the idea that if we could put a group of school teachers together in one company, their cars would sit in a parking lot for 10, 12 hours a day. Friday and Saturday nights, they're home grading papers. They're all college educated. They have a tendency to be better drivers because they set an example for their students. And knowing all those things, we'd probably have less claims. And so we're able to offer better insurance rates because of that.
And so, if you're a teacher, an educator, you want to come here and get a quote because of that, your quotes and your rates are typically better than other folks, right?
That's right. And we also do a couple other things for educators. If they were to get into an accident while they're on school business, we don't have a deductible on that, Tom. They won't have to pay a deductible. If somebody vandalizes their car while it's on school property, they don't pay a deductible for that. If they get into an accident on school property, we waive the deductible. If they get into an accident with another Horace Mann agent or a Horace Mann client, they're going to not have to pay a deductible also.
It's good stuff. So if you need more information, go to social media or give him a call. How can we get a hold of you and find out more?
Yeah, you can just call me here at the office at 543-0059 or go to horacemann.com on the internet, and you'll be able to find our office here.
There you go. One of our great sponsors here on the Tom Daly Sports Show and Cyclone Sports, the good folks right here at Rick Walters, Horace Mann Insurance. Back on the Tom Daly Sports Show, again, thanks to Rick. Rick's my insurance guy, both my auto and my home. He does a wonderful job. We appreciate him very, very much. SEC football, who's playing where this weekend? Alabama, Missouri, 8th-ranked Crimson Tide at number 14, Missouri. Ole Miss, the 4th-ranked team in the country, number 1 right now in the SEC standings, hosting Washington State in Oxford. These are the early games. Oklahoma, Texas, the Red River rivalry coming up on Saturday at 3:30 on ABC. 8th-ranked Oklahoma, or number 6th-ranked Oklahoma rather, and Texas, they'll get after it. And so again, as I said earlier in the show, and I'm right, this is Texas's chance to show the world that they're better than what they've done so far, and Arch Manning as well. But the defense for Oklahoma is out of this world good. So Texas is they're going to have their hands full. I'm picking Oklahoma to win that game. Number 12, Tennessee against Arkansas. What Arkansas team are you going to see? Bobby Petrino, the new coach, the interim coach after Pittman got fired a week or so ago, will bring that team into Knoxville with nothing to lose, really, and everything to gain. The emphasis, if you will, is on Tennessee. They got to play well, keep it going. After Arkansas, of course, they go to Alabama. Tennessee's next couple of games, Arkansas, at Alabama, at Lexington, and back home for Oklahoma. That's a pretty good run. So they're going to make a good statement, obviously, on Saturday. And Arkansas, with, again, nothing to lose, everything to gain, comes to town with a new coach who's trying to make a statement to get back in and take the interim tag off his name to be the head coach of the Arkansas Razorbacks. So they're upset-minded. Tennessee's going to be ready to go. I would guess that Bobby Petrino, with the offensive mindset he is, he's an offensive football, has been in the past, a genius, would come up with some new wrinkles and some new things that Tennessee may not be ready for and may not be thinking about by looking at the old Arkansas tape and film under Sam Pittman. So 4:15 is when we get going on Saturday in Neyland Stadium. Number 5, Texas A&M hosting Florida. Can Billy Napier do it again? Trying to keep his job. Made a big statement being Texas. And so can he go to College Station, Kyle Field, and do it again? I don't think so. Texas A&M for real. And so when they went and beat Notre Dame at South Bend, I thought, okay, this team's got something. And so that'll be going on at 7 o'clock on Saturday. The other night game, Auburn hosting Georgia. 10th-ranked Bulldogs at Auburn, one of the oldest rivalries in college football history. That goes back a long, long time, back to the 1800s. And so Auburn, as we said earlier in the show, got shanghaied in that deal against Oklahoma, and they got robbed of that game, and they know it, and everybody knows it because they missed that call. And they lose, had a touchdown that shouldn't have counted, and they lose by 7. You can figure it out. So they got a chip on their shoulder. They feel like this is a chance to really hit the national spotlight, and it is. So they beat Georgia. Georgia on the other side of the coin. Let's see what they've got coming up after they play Auburn. The Bulldogs will do, let's see, Georgia after Auburn will have Ole Miss in Athens, an open date, Florida and Jacksonville at Mississippi State, Texas at home. Goodness. Then you got UNC Charlotte. That's a checkbook game, and wrap things up Georgia Tech. So Georgia, after this game, has Ole Miss in Athens. So it's coming out of the frying pan into the fire. So they need to make a good showing, and the Bulldogs, it's going to be a good football game. I don't know. To me, it's almost a throw-up. It's a toss-up. Throw it up in the air and see what comes down. Simply because Auburn's playing there at home. It's at night. It's a tough place to play. Jordan-Hare Stadium will be rocking, of course. And so Auburn and Georgia will go at it in Auburn on Saturday evening. The other game, SEC, will be 11th-ranked LSU hosting South Carolina. Again, LSU trying to make folks believers in their program. I know they're 11th in the country, and some say it's kind of hot and cold with Kelly. So we'll see if they can get it going. And so they will host the South Carolina Gamecocks with the Shane Beamer and Sellers and so on and so forth. We'll see if that one's going to be a should be a good football game. LSU and South Carolina in Baton Rouge. You got to give the Tigers the edge because they're at Tiger Stadium in Baton Rouge. It's a tough place to play, particularly at night. It's really tough down the bayou to go in and win. So, by the way, after South Carolina, let's see what LSU's got left on their schedule. After South Carolina, they've got Vanderbilt in Nashville, Texas A&M at Baton Rouge. That's the next two. That's 2 biggies for LSU. So, South Carolina's next couple of games, the Gamecocks, they will have Oklahoma in Columbia and Alabama in Columbia. And then they go to Ole Miss. Wow. South Carolina, Oklahoma, Alabama back-to-back at home. Then they go to Ole Miss. Man, what a schedule, the next 3. All 3 teams ranked, obviously. Oklahoma, Alabama, and Ole Miss. All 3 in the top 10, too, aren't they? Yeah. Is that right? What do I do with it? I'm pretty sure they're all. Yeah, here it is. Let's see. South Carolina plays after this weekend. Oklahoma, yeah, number 6. Alabama, number 10. Ole Miss, number 4. Yep, they play The next 3 games are all 3 top 10 opponents in the country. Whew. Plus, you got LSU number 11 this week. So the next 4 games for South Carolina, 3 dogs, starting as we said with LSU coming up this weekend. Milligan, go to Milligan Buff Stock. 31 sporting, fly the basketballs, the softballs, of course, no football. Track, cycling, cross country, golf, men's and women's soccer, men's and women's tennis, swimming, of course. It goes on and on and on. 31 sports here, again, at Milligan University, home of the Buffaloes, where we are. Love coming out here. We've got volleyball tonight, 6:20 airtime, 6:30 first serve. Milligan and the Lady Bears from Pikeville. We'll do that audio and video here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show, Facebook page and YouTube, so we're very excited about that. And so we appreciate Christian and the folks and the job they do here. Quick break. Back with more after this from Physical Therapy Services, show number 2373. On the day we say happy birthday to John Cougar Mellencamp. He's 74. Simon Kyle having a birthday. I think that's how you say his name. 66. Michael W. Smith, the contemporary Christian singer from the hills of West Virginia, 68 today. And Joy Behar, I think that's how you say her name, from The View. Good old Joy. She's a pleasant lassie. She's got something, yeah. I don't even watch her. I'm just reading it because it's, I guess, some notoriety. She's having a birthday. She's 83 today. So those are the birthdays on this Tuesday, October the 7th. We're here at Milligan University.
Therapy Services, great sponsor of Cyclone Sports and the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Why Physical Therapy Services? A lot of folks out there that do what you do. Why PTS?
Nobody does it the way that we do it. There are other people out there that say that they are, and I want to air quote, sports PTs. There's no one out there that is truly a sports physical therapy clinic. We've been in business since 1980, and we continue to be in business after people have been bought and sold, folded. The reason why we continue to stay in business is twofold. Number one, we're a little crazy, which is fun. But number two, and the most important thing, is we always take care of the patient first. You take care of the patient first. This is what my dad always taught me. You take care of the patient first, everything else will fall into place.
Locations? Where do you have locations?
1975 West Elk Avenue. That's where my clinic is, where I work primarily. And then we have a pediatric location as well at the Medical Care Building at 1500 West Elk Avenue.
Physical Therapy Services. Last question, real quick. What's the phone number?
423-543-0073.
Physical Therapy Services, proud sponsor of Cyclone Sports and the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
In a world where clutter, trash, and debris threaten your property, one man is ready to save the day. He's Container Man, your dumpster delivery superhero. Need to clear out your garage? Call Container Man. Remodeling your home? Call Container Man. Demolition waste taking over your job site? Call Container Man. From minor to major projects, Container Man has the perfect size dumpster for every task. With lightning fast delivery and the customer service of a locally owned company, he will help you restore order to your world. When you're ready to fight clutter, trash, and debris, call Container Man.
Double C Western Supply in Elizabethton, your cowboy store, and so much more. We have shoes and boots for guys and gals. We have kids' boots and shoes for the little people, too. Ball caps, Marriott Wrangler, a large selection of Huey. We have purses, billfolds, handbags. We carry a full line of Montana Silversmith jewelry. We have both Lane Frost and Huey cologne and perfumes. We even have several styles of rugs to choose from, and a large kids section full of boots and shoes and jeans and dresses and even stuffed animals. And jeans, and more jeans, both work and casual for guys and gals. Ariat and Wrangler in all sizes and styles. T-shirts for men, women, and kids. For cold weather, we have fleece tops and sweaters. And racks full of men's shirts, including the George Strait line from Wrangler. Short sleeve and long sleeve shirts for men and women. Vests and jackets for the cold days and nights for the guys and the ladies. We have a full line of tack and cowboy hats for cowboys and cowgirls, along with belts and a great selection of saddles. So you see, it is a cowboy store and more. Double C Western Supply, Railroad Street, Elizabethton. Find us on Facebook and at doublecwesternsupply.com.
Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. One more time, he's in the house. Brendan Sweeney.
Yep.
Joining us. Cassie Portner, great young lady. Enjoyed meeting her. First time I ever met her. Good job. Looking forward to. She has a scrimmage or an actual exhibition game to come watch on September the 16th. I'm going to try to be here for a little while to see that. They play Lisa McRae. So, as I told her, you know this. You played, you coached, certainly in your position. Anytime there's a coaching change or a player, it's a learning curve. They got to learn her. She got to learn them in any sport or a job for that matter. So it's pretty. She took it. It's pretty exciting. She's excited about the challenge, and the girls are responding. And so they play again on the 16th against Lisa McRae, which is open to the public. So be good to come by and see them. So.
Yeah, it's definitely fun. I'm excited for softball season. I can't wait to see what she can do with the program. She definitely comes in gung-ho attitude, and I think that's something we've really wanted for our new softball coach when we made the decision. So.
Yep. She is a ball of fire. How about that?
Yeah.
I kind of picked up on that pretty quick. So intense would be a way to describe her. I mean, on an interview, no, but on the field, I would think it's intense. There's one way, it's going to be her way, and that's the way it's supposed to be. So, 31 sports, disc golf, flag football.
Yeah.
I mean, things that you would not normally think. I mean, you have the usuals, obviously. Softball, baseball, basketball, soccer, tennis, golf. But disc golf, flag football with Coach Witten, who's turned it around, won 10 wins. He brings every week, with the exception of this week's fall break, we've had girls on from the team.
Yeah.
And he went from 10 wins to 21 wins. So he's doubled the team victories from last year. So they play the games at Citizens Bank Stadium. We're going to be streaming those. We're going to be busy doing million in the spring.
Yeah.
Got softball,
Looking forward to
baseball,
it.
and flag football. Yep. Folks know what last year had the old, what's the name of that thing I had?
Sciatica?
So, yeah, I had sciatica nerve in my leg. Let me tell you what, I wouldn't wish that on anybody. Ooh, you had it too. So anyway, I couldn't do the games last year. That's why I didn't do what I committed to doing. But this year we are, with the Lord's help. I'm making the assumption he'll let me do it this year because he's in control. I hope he'll let me do it. That's the goal. We got basketball coming up, and we also got volleyball tonight. We've got the Lady Buffs and the Lady Bears from Pikeville. It's first serves at 6:30. Usually there's a good crowd in here, and so the student body comes. Of course, parents come, and it can get rowdy at times.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to be rowdy. It's supposed to be a place, not rude, but rowdy and raucous where, the other team's like, oh, we got to go there to Steve Lacy Fieldhouse.
Yep.
That's what
Challenge.
we want. We want the atmosphere.
Mm-hmm.
You better believe it. When you go to Cameron to play Duke, it's like, oh. When you go to Neyland Stadium and play Tennessee football, it's like, oh.
Yeah.
Kirby Smart said it's probably the loudest game I've ever been in my life when they played on a couple of weeks ago. So that's the kind of atmosphere we want here. And, you're creating it, and it's coming. It's working. So we'll go in there at 6:20. Kaylee Hendrickson will produce it. We'll bring it to you. 6:30 first serve, the Lady Buffs and Pikeville. It's a young team. It's got growing pains. Record-wise, it's not where they want to be right now. But, again, the whole key, am I right, to get you ready for the tournament?
Yep. Yeah, just getting everybody to be consistent. And one of the points that was made, last week talking with Aniva, she was like, this back row of players passing the ball. I mean, they've never passed together. Last year we had a group of players who are all moved on and graduated now, and so you've got players coming in, stepping into roles they've never been in before at the college level, and it's going to take some time to get those players to be on the same page with each other. Communication's going to be something they have to work on, and all those different parts of the game. And I think over time the team will improve over the course of this season.
Absolutely.
It's just going to take some time.
Well, and you appreciate, at least I do, the old adage, never know how good the water tastes till the well goes dry.
Yep.
Now you remember, now it's showing how good Colby Green really was, and Rachel Maiden, how good they really were, and the other girls that graduated last year. And so, and they were very good. And this year makes them look even better because this is a young team, and they're trying to learn themselves. And again, it's the chemistry. It's a learning curve. Your new kids coming in. And so, the tournament's in November at Meadowview and Kingsport. That's what you're striving to be ready for. So, and it's almost like in school, you teach with a test. Well, everybody knows that, TCAPs. And so in sports, to a point, you test or you get ready for the tournament. That's
Yeah.
you wipe the slate clean, and at that point, we saw it last year in basketball. Our two teams got hot over there at Meadowview, and went through it like Sherman went to Atlanta. We controlled and owned that tournament on both sides of the basketball, guys and girls. You know, and we'd had our ups and downs through the season, but we caught fire at the right time. Same with what's going to happen in volleyball. I really, you know, as Doneva said, this ain't my first rodeo. I've been at it 18 years, so she's had young teams before. So it's not that they're bad. It's just that they're green and they're, you know, and they're. What I'm saying is, since last year, and I don't know anything about volleyball, it would appear to me, and this is, again, don't take this as gospel because I don't know beans from apple butter about it really, but it looks like the talent is up in the AAC this year in volleyball. It looks like the teams are better and improved. So, you know, it's last year there was some cream puffs came in. It's like, okay, we're going to roll this team. We did. Ain't much rolling this year because all these other schools are getting better.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I across the board, every team we've seen so far this year, I think, is better than they were the year before. So that's tough to compete with. You know, you gotta stay with that level of improvement across the board, and that's not to say that we can't play at that level, but it's just right now trying to learn each other, learn the game together as a group. Is the growing pains they're going through.
So we will be back at 6:20 tonight. Do it all over again from right here at Steve Lacey Fieldhouse, Milligan Volleyball. So thanks to our coaches, Cassie Fortner, Brian Rickard came in, the bowling coach, who's, you know, Emily Chessman, two-time, there again, as I said off there, two-time NA All-American in bowling. How many people before they saw this show knew that Milligan even had a bowling team? I mean, we're getting the word out, but that, you know, Emily, among others, two-time All-American in bowling. And probably, he said she's on her way to being three-peat All-American in bowling, which is a big deal.
Huge deal.
Yeah. I think you said 150 schools, NAI, that have a bowling program. So
only 15 bowlers that get named All-Americans each year.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
It's 5 for each team, so there's 3 teams. First team, second team, third team. They're each five
I did not know that.
bowlers.
So she got an All-American first team.
Well, no, she was so she was a second teamer this last year. Year before that, she was a third teamer.
So this year she'll be first team.
This year, first team is the hope.
We're going to move her up. Yeah. She's going to move herself up. But still, out of 15 kids, or in this case, young people in America, in women's bowling NAIA, we've got Emily right here from Little Old Milligan University, and we ain't Little Old Milligan. I keep saying that, but I'm saying that from a enrollment size of 1,200 versus ETSU or UT or whatever. 1,200 kids, and you got a two-time All-American in bowling. Zach Naves won how many championships in cycling?
With this year's ones at track, 33, I believe.
It was 31 when I interviewed him, so 33. Chris Lane has won. I mean, this place is ringed with cross-country and track and field championship banners.
Yeah, got 3 team championship banners from cross-country, both teams in 2021 in the same year, and then the men in 23. So
there it is, 2023 NAIA Men's Cross Country National Champion. Over there is 2021 Men's and Women's same year. What are the odds? It'd be like, how would you compare this? It'd be like the Lady Vols and the men's team winning the national championship in the same year. It's unheard of to do that on any level. And yet we got the cross country national championship same year, but both the men and the women from the same school. It just doesn't happen. I don't gamble, but to go to Vegas and say, what are the odds? 2 programs from the same school win the same national championship in the same year, it's going to be way up there. So, but we did it under Chris Lane. So, point of all this is, we're not just a bunch of yahoos out here. We're getting it done this year in and year out. This program cranks them out, folks. They do a wonderful job, and set it up by Christian Pope, and his trusty sidekick is Brendan Sweeney. I thought Kayla was so cute. She came back behind us and waved. It's like, okay, I'm done. But, you know, she helps me. She's a tremendous help to you and certainly to me when I'm out here. So appreciate Christian Pope coming, Brendan Sweeney coming, obviously, Brian Rickard and Cassie Fortner. To get them all? I guess that was it.
Yeah, I think so.
We do this every month. The whole point is come out here and just showcase what's going on in Milligan. Now, between my stops out here, you can go to the website, MilliganBuffs.com. You go there, what will you find?
You'll find everything that you could possibly want from Milligan Athletics: rosters, schedules, news, all kinds of new things happening. Not sure if earlier when Brian was on, if he told you about Bowlers of the Week this week for the conference, Emily Cheeseman and Cameron Shockey. So both sides, and that's everything you can find there. In addition to that, I mean, we've got our live video feeds for our home events on there. We've also got our YouTube page, our new podcast, The Charge. That's out as well. Our second episode's going to be filmed and released this week. It'll be our women's soccer head coach, John Newberry, along with athlete Lauren Hockley, will be interviewed this week. So tune into that one.
Good stuff. Let's wrap it up. We always dedicate our show to the man who hung on the cross, unashamedly, the Lord Jesus. It goes like this. Stay strong, stay positive, and leave the big stuff to God. Thought that was pretty cool. Here's the verse. Psalms 28:7 says, "The Lord is my strength and my shield. My heart trusts in him, and I am helped." The truth is, God's strength is fully revealed and our strength is depleted. We think we can't go any further. He says, give it to me. Watch what I can do. So we finish it by saying, thank you, Lord Jesus, that you want us to depend and lean on you, and through prayer turn our problems over to you and leave them there. That's the key. And James says you go toss back and forth like a wave. No, you hand it to him. And, of course, I'm a guy that likes to get things done. I just do things. But you learn in your walk, it's like give it to him and leave it to him.
Yep.
And I always have a hard time sometimes doing that. It's like, well, I can do this.
Yeah.
And he says, give it to me, leave it with me. I know what I'm doing. This ain't my first rodeo. And I'm paraphrasing the Lord.
Takes a lot of stress off you when you do it that way, too.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, because you figure, you know what? Psalms 139:16 says, all our days were ordained before one of them came to be. He knew before he was born. Where were you born? In California?
Yep. Fairfield, California.
I was born in West Virginia, at different time zones, or different times, obviously. But he knew that on October the 7th, 2025, we'd be sitting there talking about him at Milligan University, where he was born, where I was born. So that's the God we serve. So give it to him and leave it to him. Not easy to do, but it's a whole lot better than, usually when I do is a train wreck. So give it to him, leave it to him, and get out of the way. So that's what I want to leave you with. We'll rejoin you at 6:20. Thanks for watching the show. We always wrap it up by saying we wrap up show number 2,373 from Milligan University. Tomorrow will be Chick-fil-A in Johnson City. Then Thursday and Friday, taking some time off for fall break and come back and gear back up. We'll make a stretch run for football, and, of course, basketball is right around the corner, and more Milligan volleyball next week as well. But we will be back tomorrow. But we'll wrap today's show up by saying, bloom where you're planted and win or lose. Please be a good sport. Folks, kids are watching you. They emulate what you do. And when you're a yahoo, they're going to be a yahoo. When you remain calm, they're going to remain calm. It is just a game. Win or lose, be a good sport. See you back here at 6:20 for Milligan Volleyball. Till then, so long.